Start recording. Start broadcasting. Hello, how's it going? Welcome to 25th Super Duper. Let me just check their audio levels. Sorry, a bit of a rush to set up here, and for some reason, the video is cropped.
It's because it's a special 25th anniversary.
This is a special 25th anniversary cropped edition of Shanahan's Live. Welcome to this Wednesday.
Hope you guys have had a lot of sleep today.
I was going to ask you what date it was.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right.
I'm coming off a lot of all-nighters. But I'm done now.
I'm going to pop out the chat.
Which is good, which is wonderful.
I'm going to set it to server.
Which is great to be able to join you guys here at last after missing out.
It's wonderful. It's always a good time.
We got the chat going.
Maybe. No.
Kind of.
We got Chris the host. We got Great Porpoise. We got Innes Talks. We got like full cast.
Excellent.
Gross ickiness says Innes. This isn't what
no,
you've
about
seen,
all-nighters, I think.
Oh, of course. Okay,
Not about the 25th episode.
Hello, Great Porpoise. How's it going? How's the audio levels? We're kind of rushed our setup today, so we didn't have time to get through. Man, I hate this widescreen. It's just not natural.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe I can.
No, but it's just like normally you see more of me.
Oh, it's because I'm not usually.
Now we're
wasn't
lacking.
here last episode, so it was all.
Oh well, no, the last episode.
Like, why isn't just
last
my
episode
face
was very
on the
different.
screen?
It was just all me. All about me. Let's just jump to camera 2 just to see if it's working.
Yeah, let's see if this is.
Camera 2, bada boosh.
And
Nope.
But we will figure this out because 25 episodes. It doesn't.
You'd think we would learn something by now.
No, you still got a lot to learn.
There's always more to learn. Life is about learning.
That's why I like art. You know, there's always something new.
That's why when someone says they're a professional, they're a liar because they claim to know all.
No. Professional just means you make a living at it.
No.
It's your profession.
It means lies. Happy 25th. This is Innes Talks. Yes, happy 25th episode of Shanahan's Live. Welcome one and all to this spectacular. Who thought we would make it this far? We usually give up on things after 3.
What? 3?
Give it a go and then stop. No mo.
I hope we keep going. It's fun.
I'm going to see if I can open as always, jump in on the chat, say what's up. I'm going to also open up Katie's.
My Twitter. Yes, hopefully you don't have to sign in.
Should we tell people that the show's happening right now?
Yeah, we should probably tell people.
I don't think we told anyone it's happening yet, so everyone's like, what?
I think I tweeted earlier this morning.
What?
This is behind the scenes stuff you guys are watching right now.
Oh, yeah. This is like every episode. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so good. It feels really great. There were a couple weeks there where I was just, my schedule was all over the place. I was working night shifts and going to bed at 7, 8, 9 in the morning, crashing, getting up and working. But I finished that big deadline, moved on to another big deadline, just finished it, and today just spent the day outdoors, and it was beautiful out.
That's very nice. Yes, it's finally spring here in lovely Toronto,
Canada. It felt like summer, actually.
Oh, man, it is the best. I'm still indoors all the time from the computer, but my spirits are lifted.
When you're out, it's going to feel so good.
Yeah,
I felt so amazing.
It is such
today.
A time.
Just the sun.
I'm trying to close this window.
And people in the park.
Everyone's on patios. It's patio season. Yeah. I'm just going to write that everyone should be watching.
Let me.
What? No. Well, I have the link.
Okay, yeah.
All right, well, quote me.
Hey, folks.
Hey, folks.
Shanahan's Live.
Episode 25 is live like a beehive.
No, is live now. This is why we need Shanahan's thing, so you can just write whatever you want.
No. Boom.
How about is broadcasting?
Oh my gosh.
Is
broadcasting. Fine.
Broadcasting.
No fun.
Live.
That's the same thing.
Oh, wait, just say live. Wait, Shanahan's Live. Is a go.
Is broadcast. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Wait.
Link. There you go. Hopefully we reel in more people to join us on this special episode. Who we got in here? It's snowing here in Oregon, says Creepy Porpoise. Very strange for late March.
That is very odd. Well, you know what? I mean, we've had snowfall in April before, so...
Chat had a thing that says links mode disabled. Is there a link mode? I didn't know there was a link mode.
Maybe we're the ones who did that.
Do we have the option to let you guys link things? Let's find out. No, we can only hide topics.
You don't know what
so we make things even worse. That's the only option we have, is to make it even a worse chat room experience.
Yes.
It's 80 over here, says Innes. Wait, 80 in Crazy
like
Talk?
30, I think.
So it's 30.
It's 80 in pool talk. See, we use Celsius here, except in swimming pools. It sounds better to jump into 80 degrees than 30
80 degrees water and 30 degrees water.
Yeah.
Alright, that's cool. Enjoy that.
I think that translates properly.
I don't even want to talk about the weather because we got lots to talk about. We always have lots to talk about, don't we? Well, first 25 episodes. How about that?
Congratulations.
Let's go over some of the good times.
Oh.
It was pretty good times.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah. What was you guys' best memories? Favorite memories of the show? Or you could tell us, has the show improved at all since beginning?
Yeah, how's the chat experience?
I feel like it's deproved.
Have you learned
if that's a word,
anything in
ever
this
since
show?
we lost Cam Twist, because like we couldn't show you guys like we used to show people's chats popping up.
When we were
and
starting
stuff,
out the show, he had all these
high-tech.
amazing cross dissolves and
star
star dissolves
wipes.
that he wanted to do.
And this is yams. I was actually gonna get yams written on the cake, but then the cake I got doesn't have any space for writing on it.
Nice. Oh, you get a cake.
Edit.
Fancy.
Boom. Once again, I got them from Little Black Box Cake. And today's, you guys all have your cake. You don't have to eat it right now because I'm holding off for a bit. But today's cake is a lemon raspberry
Oh, how cute.
mini thing.
It's like a little cottage
Oh gosh,
terrace.
I'm ruining it. Oh, it is, yeah. It is. It's like a window in a what's her face who drew for Disney style. Mary Blair.
Yes.
It's a Mary Blair cake.
Oh, okay, nice.
Ugh. I'm trying to show you guys. If the camera wasn't blind, there you go.
Good.
Why is it blue on the camera? That's
Hooray.
weird. Cake's not blue. There you go.
Moldy. All right.
It's gonna be very nice.
And we hope you all have a cake to join along.
We'll probably eat it later.
We'll have the little bouncing cake symbol at the bottom of the screen.
You put on your 3D shades when it's the boys' brigade, and
I
you
see
get to eat
that
some cake too.
Idnis went ahead and got her cake started.
Yes, Idnis sent us a video
A delightful video.
of eating cake prematurely.
You're disappointed.
You're supposed to save it.
There was a date. We were supposed to be in this together.
Yeah, we had planned. There was synergy.
There was a code. No, that was a very sweet video. Thank you very much for linking to it. It came in like a very trying part of my deadline
dark
process.
time
I
of
was
my
like,
life.
oh, this is so lovely.
So nice.
Especially describing what Shanahanigans is. I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah, I also
It's a K-Draws. Shaggy rants about movies and video games.
And they talk about Doctor Who for some reason.
And then I was
gonna
like,
have
it's
that
true.
on the cake
It's
too.
I doodle, you rant.
I still haven't
didn't
even watched
notice
Doctor Who yet.
Oh, well, we'll get you on that.
Yeah. But I've been telling everyone about Community. Oh my god.
Yeah, you
It is
did,
my
you did
new
get me
favorite
started
show
on that.
ever. I just watched the Dungeons and Dragons episode. It is so good. Community is... Yeah.
Gosh,
I'm going through season 2 right now. You gotta watch Community though if you haven't yet. It is just fan. If you love like genre parody, Community is basically all you need in life.
I feel like we used to write a whole bunch of stuff like that back
Oh, we
in
still-
our early... Oh, yeah.
Isn't that called content?
We make things.
We make content. What's going on in the chat? I'm just going to switch over to connect. For a second. They're not talking to us, are they?
For a second?
No.
They're following you.
Are they?
That's great.
Well, that's exciting.
That's exciting.
How about that?
For a second, I want to make a book.
Hey, for a second.
I love you.
Let's make a book, you know what I'm saying? It'll be great.
So for those of you just joining us today, welcome. I am Katie Shanahan. This is my brother Shaggy, and
What's up?
we make comics and
Indeed.
stuff.
And we celebrate 25th episodes.
Yeah. Oh, I guess he already did in the introduction.
That
I've been awake since 5 a.m.
is true. I also had a horrible night's sleep.
Yeah, you were telling me.
As I explained to Katie, you ever
that-
had those night sleeps where you don't feel like you're in the right skin?
No.
And you're just like all night long?
That's rough.
I didn't make that sound, but it's just like, it just feels, something feels
Yeah.
off, and I was just like, I kept budging and flipping
I know.
and stretching and cracking all my knuckles all night long.
You know when we were kids and we had growing pains, it was just like everything ached?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that where it's like my legs just, I feel like the bones are
Yeah.
pulling.
Well,
And part of me is like, maybe I'm getting taller, but then it just hurts.
It's not an ache, it's more like, you know, like when someone like holds their finger like right near your nose like that? Like
Oh,
right
and
here.
it's- you
And you
just
feel,
wanna
you
scratch
feel the proximity.
Yeah.
It's like that, but on the whole
So
body.
it's almost like you feel your skin, you feel the blanket,
Yeah.
you feel just...
It's like when you can
Too
see
much.
your nose while walking, you're like, oh, but like you're trying to sleep.
It just gets in the way. That is the worst thing ever.
You can't see where you're going because your nose is in the way.
That's
Look out, ma'am! And there's like a fruit cart and
You're
guys
trying to
carrying
drink
a glass.
something and the nose is in the way and you just have to get this around it. Putting on hats. That's rough.
I don't know, it was a bad night's sleep, so I just went on the couch and I tried to sleep there instead. Like I was trying to sleep in different places and I just couldn't, so I was like sat up all night. It was weird.
Yoga.
Was that? Oh, don't even tell me about yoga. I was working on a yoga video
just,
for
no,
so
no,
long.
no,
I need
but
a break
just,
from
you know,
yoga.
working on breathing stuff.
Yoga is a stressful thing for me.
It's because you're not practicing it.
Let's see. The video was great in this, says Fox. And this song says thanks. I worked really hard on it. Wanted cake. Well, we all want cake.
Cake.
Clever is this group for something. I'm reading into something else. What do we got? Let's just jump over to Katie Campbell and mess around
I'm
with
just
some.
doodling right now.
But this is an educational program.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, let's figure this out. Usually my default is just heads. I mean, which you'll find in my sketchbook if I'm just doodling or phone doodles. Some people do really beautiful, lovely character drawings. I find I just do expressions and heads and things.
Back to me. So, some big news.
You know, it's funny because I remember the Adam and Andrew guys with pencils were describing the show, and it's
really?
like, oh yeah, it's great because it's like anytime Katie starts to draw, you get quiet, like, Anyways, go to interesting
Well,
things.
here's the thing. Like, this is the problem with the kind of the writer-artist dynamic that I found, especially at...
The art process is boring to the writer.
No. I found this especially at TCAF. Was it after we go to this after party, and then like everyone is having these like draw circles and like these draw parts at the table. I'm just sitting there like, oh, that's nice.
But you participated and you did some really funny stuff.
No, but my stuff, I can never make it what I'd rather like. When it's my turn,
I can never make it what I want it to be.
When it's my turn, I want to whisper into your ear, and then you draw what I wanted, and then I'll be like,
just reverse.
And I go, that's what I was.
But it's supposed to go from the other direction.
Because like I remember we did that book with was it Kafo Adventures or whatever it was.
Kafo Fruit Adventures.
We all did a panel.
That was amazing. We did it with Jason and Joanne.
Yeah.
Who was our rough tune.
Rough tune.
That was so funny.
Yeah. But like
and then because she's like a DreamWorks board artist and she's awesome anyway. Every doodle she does is amazing.
Well, all you guys were awesome. Everything I did was like the idea was there, but it was garbage. I'm like I'm just the writer. Like I'm like the drummer in the band, the goalie in the hockey team.
What? No, you create. You're like the coach.
I'm getting invited to the after party.
You create these worlds that just need to get made.
This is why I did After Effects, because I can tell visual stories without having to draw. I can just move things around and add voices. I'm like, that's what I do. Haha. Let's see. Someone said Brian Ebony says, "Hey, Katie, draw Nausicaa."
Oh, I will. Actually, I just saw that the other day.
Yeah,
I went with a bunch of friends. Oh, did you segue for us, Brian?
Well, I was gonna do it anyway, but how was Nausicaa?
You know,
To point out first, we've both read the original graphic novel, like four book graphic novel by Miyazaki.
No,
and it's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
It's one of our favorite comics.
Is it the first Miyazaki movie actually?
May have been actually.
Movie? It's I have to say, like there's sequences in there that are just like simple animation that it's just beautiful. Like I think it's in the first like 10 minutes maybe. There's just this. I mean, there's a lot of great animation there, but there's just one sequence where she's just pulling like a gun off of her flying ship, and it's just so smooth and so.
That was in the comic too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, but I mean the animation quality of it, where it's just like, oh yeah, this is nice, just simple stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the, you know, I really like the characters. I really love the I really love the books. People were telling me that this is just like the books but super condensed, and it is kind of like it's the first. I think it's the first book that's just kind of wrapped up. Completed more than first and like mid-second book where it's just like I think they end it they end it there instead of continuing it, so I think it's like a decent introduction.
Was there a conclusion in the first two books? So I was kind of like,
there isn't really. I think it's like,
did they have the sequence where they go to like the afterlife with the two princes and stuff? And
I haven't read it in a long time, but it is very much she leaves the valley, and in the movie it's kind of like she kind of leaves the valley and then doesn't stay awake too long.
No, the book was how the book ended was saying like she remained. There's some legends say she returned to the valley, but the rest say she just stayed like. And that was kind of like an ongoing theme of a lot of like the kind of Ghibli films is like you either. The two, like, if it's like you think there's going to be a romantic lead type situation, the two characters eventually separate and go back from whence they came. Or similarly, like also in Mononoke, he stayed in the steam town because he was banished from his own town. So it's kind of like you move on to a different world. And Kiki moved on to a different like land. Like she didn't go back home at the end of the movie. She stays.
Well, it's very much growing up. You know? It's like you can't
find your place.
You keep moving forward. But
a lot of the Ghibli stuff is find your place in the world.
I enjoyed Nausicaa.
I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, The negativity I heard was like, oh, it's like super condensed down. And I
Yeah.
guess it kind of is, but I mean, there's a lot in there that's good. I was also coming off of an all-nighter, so I fell asleep
I didn't
in
know
the
why
middle
you
of it.
actually went. It seemed like kind of
But I woke up
weird
pretty
timing
quickly.
to check it out.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole middle of the book wasn't there. You just
Maybe
slept
it
through
wasn't there. I just passed out, and I felt bad doing it. I never fall asleep in theaters, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a busy. But I mean, it was good. I definitely, it's made me want to give the books another reread.
We are, of course, talking about Spirited Away, the films of Studio Ghibli exhibit type thing. Not exhibit, but like fest going on in Toronto. Midway through, I guess, by now. It's going to be wrapping up in mid-April, I guess. There's only one more movie that, I don't know if you got tickets yet, but I got tickets to Ocean Waves.
I've not gotten tickets yet, but I'll have
Okay, you probably should. Maybe, I don't know. Because I already talked about last time thing. What's it called? Once Days of Woody. What's that movie called?
I don't know what you're saying.
The one we just saw, the Ghibli one. Where she's on a train.
Oh,
One.
Only Yesterday?
Only Yesterday. Oh.
What were you trying to say?
It started with an O, somehow. So we saw that one because it's one that like hasn't been released in North America at least. And similarly is Ocean Waves. So I don't know if it'll be amazing or nothing, but definitely just check it out because we haven't seen it. But I also got tickets for the what?
I just want to look at Nausicaa
I
reference.
thought you wanted cake.
No.
I also got tickets to Totoro just because I've never seen it in Japanese or in theaters. So I'm like, alright, why not? It's on like a Monday though. It's like after Easter. So
I like Totoro.
it's gotta be crammed with kids probably. Then again, it's in Japanese, so maybe they're like, I don't want to read the movie.
What is this? Words?
Where's your phone?
Downstairs. I think I'll go grab it.
Okay.
Because yours is all...
Listen, my phone is slow and dying.
Yeah.
I've got to get a new phone. It's not even like a thing where it's like, I need a new phone. It's like, I need a new phone. Because I can't get anything done. Let's just jump into what you guys are talking about while Katie's running around the house. Participate in drawing circles. Yeah, that'd be fun. Wish I knew more artists as friends. You can find them. You can also
Internet!
There, see, isn't that like the best friend one can have? Brian Eddie says he had not finished the book when the movie came out. Oh! That might explain part of it.
Yeah, like it was, I can see halting, work on the book to focus on the film. Now, this is one of those things too. I'm assuming that there was a whole team working on the book, but I remember reading Nausicaa. It was still when I was thinking that it was the one artist
one guy
whose name was on the book that drew every friggin'
all the
thing.
backgrounds, all the extra characters, inked it.
And maybe, I don't know, he seems like a drawing machine, so maybe
that's more often the
did,
case with
but...
North American Indie Fair, but like with Japanese books, you have like your whole staff set up, and half the time you're just doing the pencils.
Yeah.
I'm not saying just as a thing, but it's like they're not the whole process. And the kind of unfortunate side is the book. Like we love the Urasawa books, the 20th Century Boys, The Monster, Pluto, but it's like he has his name slapped on the cover, but I don't even know if like the credits even mention who his assistants are.
You know what though? Maybe it's like my thinking of that is like going to a movie where it's like, I'm such a fantasy nerd. It's like, you know, Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings is the first thing that came up. It's like, oh, he did everything? This is his name's on it? It's like, well,
That's
I mean,
his?
there's the actors too.
Oh, yeah. But like they get like obvious credit time and less obvious, of course, is the rest of the cast, the staff and stuff. But like I find in the imported comics, it's usually just like the creator and then all of us who translated it.
Yeah.
Usually it doesn't really say like who was assistant, it was this and that, and that seems to be the case. And it seems like most of them have, to get these kind of crazy deadlines, have all their assistants and stuff in office or in their house or whatever. And that's why like the most credit they get is like in the mini comic at the end of the book.
Or we all show up. Yeah.
They all have like their turn to draw in their style and stuff, and silly shenanigans happens. The Phoenix Wright books does that pretty funny because it's usually like a murder mystery of the staff.
That's so funny.
And Phoenix comes in and starts accusing people and stuff. And
it's cute.
Yeah, they're actually pretty funny books. They're written by like a mystery author, but like adapted to the kind of Capcom wacky Phoenix Wright style. They're fun. It's like it's still that weird kind of like that series Dead Like Me, or even the more from the same creators. The one with the pie shop. Pushing Daisies, where it's like a jovial take on such like a dark topic.
It's very macabre, but very cute and quirky.
It's very cute and macabre. That's basically what...
But like there's murder.
Yeah. Well, that's basically what the Phoenix Wright books are, because they're always a murder, but the end is like jokes. Like dun 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 dun, and the circle
Well,
goes
you know,
in.
what is it? Comedy is tragedy plus time.
Yeah, true. Let's see. Mbobble says, "Oh geez, I wish I could see Totoro in theaters."
Yeah,
if you're lucky
looking forward
enough
to
to be, I don't know if the Ghibli exhibit is going anywhere else. If you're lucky enough to be in town where that is happening, it did start in LA-ish, maybe. I know Gene went.
Yeah, it's been through
Like,
LA.
everyone went.
I'm not sure where else.
All the
it's
cool
slated.
kids down there went, and now it's here. I don't know if it's going anywhere else.
Gosh, that's a bad drawing.
Is it? Katie's actually, let's take a look at
It
Katie's bad
doesn't
drawing.
make sense. It's like the
Why
hat
is that
is.
a bad drawing?
It's okay, let me explain why this is bad drawing. She has no cranium. It's like there's a little head going on there, and this hat's just like boop. So what you want to do is make sure it actually fits the head, but because I'm doodling and not actually drawing with structure, this is why it's important to not just draw, but draw smart and actually draw with, doodling's all well and good, but you're not really going to learn much from it. That's why my head doodles all just kind of look the same.
I always find there was an interesting thing, like the difference between kind of a beginning artist doing kind of sketchy, quick drawings, and then like an established artist who intentionally draws in kind of like sketchy, simple style. Like if even like you can see the difference between like me drawing a stick person and then someone who like professionally does stick people. There's such a difference in the line work and the flow of the bodies. Like
it's like what they're doing is they're boiling down opposed to like really interesting, clear.
I draw a stick person right now, and it's going to be like there's so much going on. Yeah.
But he's like jumping. He's like leaping around.
Yeah. Perfect. Now add some like cross hatching and. There's a bunch of Rage comics like that where it's like simple drawings, but they add like shading for like intensity.
That's like such a good way to like show displeasure. Just.
What was the term for that? It's not onomatopoeia. That's like the visual representation of sound effects. What's like an emotive visualization, like the sweat drop and the.
There's
a. Is there a term for that? Is there one?
Brian. Brian, what do you call those? I guess just like a visual representation of a.
That's what I just said. Emotions.
Well, that's why you're the writer.
What's going on? Been having to fight with the internet, says Chris, the host. Not much. What's going on with you, Chris? How's it going? Are you enjoying the 25th episode so far? Having a good time?
Is it everything you ever hoped it would be?
Is everything you ever wanted, Chris?
Oh, someone says no Nausicaa spoilers, please.
Oh yeah, I saw that, but we didn't actually really spoil anything. Like the ending of the book.
It's a very complex story, so we can't really.
You can't. It's not possible to spoil Nausicaa, because it's like there's so much going on.
It's a very rich. Story.
It's kind of like it's Lord of the Rings light.
It's always said when she goes on an adventure and she's meeting characters. So.
And she's one of like my top two favorite characters, like between like Alita and Nausicaa. It's just like because these are characters that you definitely see growth. Like how much they've changed throughout. And there's actually a point in the book where like a character re-meets her and just sees like how different she is, kind of like not war-torn, but she's like
it's just like
she has the weight of war on her, but she's still going with it. It's just like wow, it's
just his characters just grow and everything.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure you don't say anything.
No, I'm not spoiling nothing. I'm just saying it's a coming of age.
Yeah,
when you grow up and have to learn to lead an army and all of that.
Stop it!
Read the comics if you get a chance. I know they don't really. Viz way back when released them in 4 trades, and nowadays I don't really see that anymore. I only see like the thinner, tall ones that are like 8 volumes, and they're like pink, green, blue. It's weird. I don't know if it's like more of a European style because there was talk about something. Who posted this recently? Actually, it was Brian Lee O'Malley, I think, was posting about this comic. I don't know if you read about it, but like it was designed in the bigger, large European scale. And for this new North American re-release, they're cropping and rearranging all the panels or cutting panels in half and putting them on the next page and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like a complete bastardization of the work, kind of like Blade of the Immortal.
Way. That thing's taking a long time.
Blade of the Immortal is such a complicated process. It was one of those comics where it was at the end of the era where left to right was kind of the expectation. Now like right to left started growing because of Tokyo Pop, but the artist was so strict on like not flipping his work, so instead they cut out every panel and just rearranged it, and it's like but even after right to left became the new standard, they'd still continue to do it that way. I don't know, it's a headache.
Mm-hmm.
Some people aren't onto the right to left yet though. Like I have friends who, if you throw manga at them, they're like, what do I do?
Just drop it.
Where do I go? It's like I can't navigate this comic. How do you reconcile the word balloon placement says Mbabade? Probably not how do you pronounce it, but I like it.
How do I reconcile it?
Mbabade says. Reconcile the word balloon placement.
With the right to left? Oh, you mean with Blade of the Immortal?
How
do they do that?
Maybe they didn't.
Some panels are just oddly flipped.
Yeah, it's weird.
You look through it, and some of them they couldn't do it, so it's just the characters will flip. It doesn't happen too often, but
well, I can post a poll during the show.
Really?
What? Check this out. Is this? Let's see if this works. A. Awesome. B.
Awesome.
I'm gonna say boss. And C.
I don't feel like this is very
Yam.
open.
Start poll.
To proper interpretation.
See what happens. I don't know if anyone can participate. Did the poll show up yet? Alright. We got one for boss. Got one for awesome. Alright, this is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we're losing in this. Alright, we got one for yams. No, 2 for yam. 3 for yam. Landslide for yam victory so far. The poll closes in 10 seconds, so get your votes in. Awesome, boss, or yam here on the 25th anniversary episode. Time's running out on this poll. Oh, it's anyone's game now. 3, 2, 1. And congratulations. This is a yam episode. Speaking of yam.
Fantastic.
I am going to talk about something that was released last week. It was called a little something, Womenthology, was it?
It was called Womenthology.
Tell us all about it.
Yes, Womenthology is a anthology collection started by Renee DeLiz, who, one of the works she's best known for right now is she did a comic adaptation of The Last Unicorn. Anyway, she started it just kind of on Twitter one day, like, who wants to just work on an anthology of comics by ladies? Like, who would actually be interested in it?
Who wants to work on comics? And all these guys are like, me! And she's like, no guys. And they're like,
yeah. Well, I mean, there are so many responses like, well, what about the manthology? And I'm like, well, get on it! Make a manthology.
I want manthology just for the title. I just want the poster.
Yeah.
And I want every story to be about a muscly man.
It's like more muscles.
I just want like muscles where there shouldn't be muscles, and it's all like this growing, kind of like. It's
like his biceps have more biceps, and that's not even a bicep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it started as that, and then there were a lot of people took interest, and eventually what ended up happening was, I think the Kickstarter started before. Did the Kickstarter? I think the Kickstarter was finished before a lot of us even started our stories, so it was kind of more the pitch, what it was going to be, all the artists who were interested in taking part, and they teamed up a lot of professional writers and artists with a lot of newbies as well, people who hadn't gotten a start in comics, so there's a whole mix of just talent all just thrown in there.
That's an interesting kind of direction to take, because often one of the biggest conflicts people have is, I'm an awesome writer, but I can't find an artist. I'm an awesome artist, I can't find a writer.
And that's why this was good.
There are events at like Comic-Con even had that with Trickster, I think, where it was like, we pair you up for a day and you guys like do...
It's like comic speed dating, right?
Yeah, basically. It's like comic speed dating. Whether it goes anywhere on that.
So Womenthology actually ended up being, I think, what did they...
Amazing.
Yeah, it was.
I heard.
I'm still waiting on my contributor copy, but
unfortunately, Fluxbox says it's not available in Montreal. So
not yet.
Until the 28th.
But success-wise, it was like the most
successful
Kickstarter comic project
to
date.
There you go. It actually, it blew up pretty nicely. Like, once they're doing panels and stuff, and I know they all got invited to like DC Comics or something like that. Like, it was many of the contributors who were going to whatever event that was. Where was that? There was some event, some con, where it's like, oh, we're all going to DC while we're here.
Oh, I think that was the New York Comic Con.
Oh, okay,
in October.
Yeah. That would make sense. Anyone know if I can find it anywhere near Portland, Oregon?
I think it should be out there. It should just try comic shops, bookstores. I know don't think it comes out to some of the bookstores here until the 27th, but I know my mom got a copy, so.
Oh yeah, she somehow grabbed one really quickly.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I worked on a story in it with a writer, Joe Jill, who wrote a really fun story that actually had no words in it, so it was pretty much I was able to just work with visuals.
I was like, screw that, I added all the words I wanted.
so I wrote a novel. No, it was really fun to work with her, and yeah, it's just they're making more now too.
You mean like a sequel or more prints?
More like sequel stories. So taking the same idea of just pairing up creators and just going with a theme and coming up with stories. So the next one is space.
Oh.
But I'm still waiting on my copy. I haven't seen it yet, but I am very excited to see it, and I hope this sparks a lot of great things and just keeps getting girls excited to
definitely. Was there stuff in the later pages more geared to kids? I thought
there was. There's a kids section. There's interviews with professionals about their craft and how it's a big hardcover.
There's like ongoing strips throughout every page too at the bottom, I believe.
And there's a continual comic through it.
Yeah, like there's a lot of neat things they do with it. Did you have like a bio page in it too? Like, does every contributor get like an interview or something?
No, I just had one for explaining my process of inking.
Okay, there you go.
Digital work.
They're like, you do it weird.
They're like, you got a
so
really
you draw
odd
it,
method.
Then scan it, then print it, then draw on it, then scan it, then print that and sell it. It's like, what now? We gotta get her in this book. She's crazy.
It's weird.
Men don't think like this.
I just draw it, and it'd be done. It would be a book. It was like when we used to have the sketchbooks, and I'd have the sketchbook and just draw a complete story in it. Oh, it's done. Now I don't even dare. Second panel's
so I guess but it wasn't like initially just released to Kickstarter. Was it like straight to stores, or was that like?
I think the idea was that it was gonna be in shops. It is published through IDW Publishing, so I think that was always the intent, was to get into stores. Yes.
There you go. I think I remember the word for sound effects as emanada. Way off topic. The word for sound effects is onomatopoeia. An onomatopoeia is a visualized representation of a sound effect.
Onomatopoeia is something that sounds like what it is.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No, because boom
snap
is an onomatopoeia, but boom doesn't actually sound like something blowing up.
It's not a visual thing. It's
But it's like when you write in the book, it's like, and then the doors went in, quote, crash doors, or like it's
not, that's a sound effect.
What? No, in a comic.
Onomatopoeia would be like squish, or.
But nothing sounds like what it actually says.
Am I wrong?
I don't think so.
know.
I went to English class.
It doesn't have to be visual. The word itself is an onomatopoeia.
Oh yeah, but I mean like.
He's wrong.
In most cases, it is directly used in like comics because you're representing a sound effect. In as much as if I like spoke to you and said, and then the door just crashed open with a crash.
It's just,
and then it was
I
like
say onomatopoeia, and I don't think it's like the visual sound effect of like kablam.
That's what I learned it to be though.
Okay.
I made up this song that goes onomatopoeia boom, onomatopoeia boom.
Okay.
And it reminds me that boom is an explosion.
Test.
Which isn't like when a bomb goes off, you don't hear boom.
Some guy.
Like I know there's a new Skyrim mod called the Pew Pew mod, so whenever people shoot arrows, it goes pew pew pew. Like literally, it's a dude's voice.
Cute.
Pew 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 pew.
Okay, well, I guess I was wrong with that one then. Oh, but I will double check this.
Word itself is an onomatopoeia. Still needs the Randy Savage mod. That or the My Little Pony Fluttershy mod. Yay! Yay! There's like hundreds of Fluttershies flying around burning the village going, yay!
Oh, I've seen that. They're like the dragon.
Skyrim was just fun. I watched this mod where the guy generated like thousands of cabbages. And he was like in a cottage and he like killed a soldier with all these cabbages filling up the cottage. And he plays the Benny Hill song and he opens the door and nothing's pouring out.
That is a way to die.
It's like Skyrim is this epic game, and people spend time like generating 2,000 rolls of cheese to fall down a mountain.
This sounds amazing.
It's just cheese barreling down a cheese-a-lanch.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
I wish I had this kind of time.
Or the other great one though is they converted all the crab creatures to be Zoidbergs.
Oh no!
So they're going around the village going.
It's amazing that they let you that you're able to.
Well, the thing with a PC game is you have access to all the code out front. Like a game is a read-only medium more often than not. And even when you are able to alter stuff, it's only within the confines of what the game makers let you do. Like a Little Big Planet level mod is because they allowed you to have that. You know, it's not like you could just put the game in and like go, I'm going to mod some levels now because there's no interface for it. But the PC side, everything is code, so I can go into any game and just swap out the source files. That's like with sound effects, it's the easiest thing ever. You just rename what you record, whatever the original file was recorded, and put it in there instead, and then you get yay, 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 because the game is still sourcing those files. Anywho, I saw a guy spawn a million cheese rolls from the top of a mountain. Yes, that was pretty amazing.
That's amazing.
That's always fun. Game mods. Let's jump over to Kitty Cam Live, see what's up next. So I got an agenda. This 25th episode is we can talk about things. If you guys have questions too, you can throw them our way. But like, you can ask like, "How's it feel to do 25 episodes?" I'll be like, "Pretty damn melancholy."
Yeah. Oh. I do feel like this show is a good way to get in touch with us, especially as I've been really atrocious with emails lately. I just have been so busy.
Oh yeah, something brought up today. Today apparently is the 6th anniversary or birthday of Twitter.
It's been around that long.
Maybe. I don't know. This was just on a friend's wall. Our friend's Twitter. She tweeted it. Liar. So she tweeted that this was like Twitter's birthday. So I'm like, okay, rock on.
Well, happy birthday, Twitter. Thank you for making me so unproductive some ways.
Thank you for... It's also the 5th anniversary, says Mbabali, of Taco Bell.
Oh.
So thank you for the diarrhea.
Oh my god.
50 years. I wanted it to be on their door. Everyone else says that. I've never had a problem with Taco Bell, really. I've had Taco Bell for breakfast before. It doesn't feel great, but I never got, like, sick. But everyone else is just like, oh, no, Taco Bell, man. Diarrhea. Like, that's,
why
like,
would it exist
synonymous.
if it was that bad?
Yeah, I don't know. Most people just like it. They accept the system. Taco Bell. Bong.
It's like a good cup of coffee.
And bong is an onomatopoeia for a bell. Bong.
I feel like I'm learning a lot.
Bong. If anyone gets that reference,
you win.
You win the 25th episode. I'll say it one more time. Bogong.
Anyone?
Or clang clang. Okay, you guys go figure it out. You win 25 episodes. What else everyone says? I've seen a Left 4 Dead mod, so that whatever you startle the witch, it shouts Oni-chan. Oni-chan? Oni-chan? Maybe that. My favorite Left 4 Dead mod is the Bill Cosby Smoker mod.
No,
because instead of la la, you hear goo-goo-goo-doo. And this is like in a dark alley. You hear zip no doo bop, and you're like, oh shit, there's a smoker nearby. What do you like to play? We used to play a game called a Buck Buck. It's just like you hear this on the rooftops, and you're like, oh god, he's coming to get me.
Oh, how could they?
Like, go. And you kill him, and he goes, the Pokemon!
It's amazing.
So fun. So fun. Mods are great. Death is coming, but it's hilarious, yeah. I actually, for my test, I swapped out the tank music for the Benny Hill. So the ground starts shaking, and it goes... and then he starts wrecking you. So the Benny Hill theme, yakety sax. And it's like, oh.
And your emotions are just like joy, horror, joy.
Because like you hear like the pickup of that song is the most important because it usually people cut straight for like the brass, but like the build up is just like this little. It's like and the ground starts shaking. The tank's just wrecking your game. It's the worst. It sounds pretty amazing. It sounds pretty damn amazing. And yeah, if you have PC games, you can change anything. You should probably do try to keep like if it's a voice track, try to keep it similar length because. The mouth animations, I guess, only go for certain duration and stuff like that. Yeah. What are you doing over there?
Today's a doodle day.
Doodle day?
Yeah, just free. I'm working with my Sharpie collection. Just because I've been on a Cintiq for the past couple months, I haven't been able to draw too much on paper. So we're just gonna have fun with this.
What's that supposed to be?
Hair and stiff.
Okay.
You're like, you're not helping me here.
I'm looking up information stuff.
just looking up. Maybe I can help.
Clarifying dates and things like that. Are there any events that people can look? Oh yeah, actually there is. Sorry for that lull. I was researching.
I'm sorry for that lull.
Coming up, if you guys remember, no, you wouldn't. Okay, in Toronto, we had this comic shop on College Street called Dragon Lady Comics, and that shut down a month or so ago, a while ago. But I believe they also moved a little east, okay, and they merged with the comic workshop place that's over there, and now they've created this new space called the Comic Lounge. And it's basically, I don't think it's exactly like, I know I keep talking about things like snakes and lattes, like this kind of new, Toronto's still kind of new to this whole like specific hangout thing. It's usually just a pub or a club or a bar. And now it's like board game cafe, pinball cafe.
Which is fantastic.
You know, and hopefully soon we'll have a retro arcade game cafe and stuff too. Like we do have ANC Games Worlds, which is downstairs. This place is supposedly just like a hangout, I guess. You just grab books off the shelf. I'm not too sure yet. But if you want to find out what's going on this Friday at the Comic Lounge, which is called at 7 o'clock, launch party, you're all invited probably. Go.
Yeah, I think it's open to everyone.
Yeah. So you show up, figure it out. I know a bunch of people are going actually.
Oh, cool.
It's like everyone from like my work is going. And yeah. I'll figure out what it's about and report back to you guys.
I was reading, I'm not sure if it was an older article, but it was, you know how the Silver Snail, which is our comic shop on Queen,
it's one of the best like well-known comic shops in the world, I believe.
Yeah, it's been there for quite a long time.
When you come to Toronto, you gotta go.
They are thinking of moving though, but I don't think they found a place just yet. But I'd heard that they might try and go to the annex and turn it into like have a cafe feature.
Oh really?
In there as well, so it's like you can actually like I think the owner they were talking to was interested in getting a very lounge kind of feeling there, where it's like you get your comics and then you can sit around and have coffee and tea and discussion. I do know that we did visit one comic shop out in Brampton that was like comic shop, and next to it was like an opening that led to like ice cream shop and stuff like that. Oh, yeah.
I've been there once, and I know there's another comic shop up north in Toronto, not like Yorkish, I'm not sure, but it's like it's a comic shop and it's also like a burger joint, so it's like all sci-fi crap all over the place. You're eating your burger under like a Star Wars battle, and you're like,
amazing.
William Falcon, man, there's a burger.
Oh boy,
this is so fun. Due to repeating mashing, of course, what is going on? Undo key. The key's S. What's happening? Opposite problems. Seems like tablet helps. Oh, people are talking about tablets. And Silly Kingdom game. Where's the Silly Kingdom game?
Ooh, that'd be amazing.
End this talks. I think I kind of briefly talked. Like, I didn't say anything about a Silly Kingdom game, but I remember a couple episodes back I was talking about how when we were doing the Tatterhood thing.
Yes.
And we were thinking of like I just had this weird thing where I was up one night being like, we should have made like a 4-player beat 'em up game to promote this. Like,
yeah, that would be fun.
And it just kind of came as an interesting idea. Is like to promote a comic. One of the big things nowadays people do is make trailers for like books or comics. And if it's a book, they usually like get actors or something like that, like they did for Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters or something like that.
Yeah.
Or if it's a book, it's usually like After Effects style image pans and things like that. Or they do the 3D comic cutout thing, which is kind of weird sometimes. But I was thinking, like, what if we just got like either a free or just really cheap iPhone game to tie in with a comic? So it's that's like fun. If our next comic's about something, we just theme it on that. And like I think we know enough programmers that we could actually do it. And like if we made like 99 cents or make it free, depending, it's like that's an interesting.
It's like a fun.
There's new avenues, guys, with all these new touch screens and
yeah, bringing you lots of new technologies.
Yeah, that's just something I was thinking about.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I want to do that.
We got a lot of things on our to-do list. We have lots of projects.
We have too many things to do.
I know we got.
People talking about tablets, Twitter. Free. Oh, they want me to do it for free.
Free? Okay.
Hey Shaggy, are you and Katie gonna do the Creepy Porpoise story? Of course we are! You can tell me you have problems with your feed. Fix it. I can't, if I do, we've already done one without you and I felt bad.
I know, that was really guilty.
Okay, we were speaking about comic conversations. We got, I'll let you bring this up. Comics. One of Katie's most influential artists.
Oh, yes. The comic creator Mobius passed away a few weeks back, I think. like what was it, Sunday? I don't remember the exact day, but
the news kind of hit last week.
Yeah, it was I wasn't around to talk about it on the show.
Jean Girard?
I think it's Jean Girard.
Jean Girard.
Jean Girard. He's just
Jean Girard.
Incredibly prolific French artist who's just I mean, his work, I think it has influenced a lot of sci-fi and film, and he's I don't know, I mean, he was like one of the first well, to take it back, it was just such a odd emotional thing that happened, because it's like, again, it's like I've been working really hard, just haven't been getting out much, and just kind of in an odd mental space, and I just, when you find news about like this, it's like you find it on Facebook or something, someone mentions it, and it just kind of hit really hard.
Yeah, like unexpected.
And it's like, I never met him, but like I always really admired his work, but for some reason it's like I always kind of looked at him like this relative I never saw in a weird way, and I think the reason that was like I discovered his work as a kid, and like I felt like it was something me and Dad had like in common, that it was like we're both really interested in his work. I didn't know a lot of comic artists growing up, so I didn't know a lot of people who knew his work, so it felt very much like
no
it
one
was
to talk to about it.
Yeah, and it felt very much like, oh, here's this guy who's just got this great vision, and like my dad's a fan, so we could both talk about that. So after I found out he passed away, I ended up calling Dad and was like, oh my god, like this is so horrible. And he was really great. He came downtown to see us and took us out for sushi and to the Silver Snail for comics. But yeah, I mean, when I think back about it, it's like he just I think Mobius's work has influenced just a lot of people, even just in inspiring them. Just like as a kid, it was like finding his work in heavy metal, which I wasn't supposed to read. I found it by climbing the shelf into the adult section. Anytime I went for a walk, there's this one folder on the top shelf that it's just like, okay, you don't ever go up there. And
that's the one rule of
as soon as they go for a walk, I'm up in there.
One rule of raising children is if you hide anything, they will find it.
And don't ever say don't go there.
That's how children operate.
Like, the first thing you'll do. Yeah, but just finding his like a lot of his stuff is really just cerebral and strange, and it'll probably take a while of like rereading to get all of it, because some of it's just on this other level. But I remember just reading it. It was the first time as a kid I was like, oh, like like you can make stories that aren't just kiddie stuff. You can make stuff that's really like out there and just gigantic and huge and serious and cool and strange and weird in comics. And I remember even as a kid that was one of those moments where I was like, I want to do this. And so
comics can be more than just like what we've grown up with. It's like, holy crap,
it was like this can touch people more than say like Archie and Disney comics and things like that.
Yeah, like we had all like Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger comics and DuckTales, and then there's Mobius. It's like, whoa,
with just like strange things and strange scenery and strange moods, and I mean, there's still so much of his work I haven't even discovered. Like I have this sitting around actually, like his run on Blueberry books. Like he did Western comics before his stuff got more surreal. But yeah, I mean, he's left a huge legacy. So it's if you hadn't heard of him, just if you Google his name, you'll find it. Mobius, M-O-E. Oh my god! I know.
I watched a documentary that was on
YouTube.
It's we're mispronouncing it because like you got to do with like the French. Like, like I'm not even sure how to say it. Sure. But the interesting thing was he was also I didn't know that he was like the forefront of heavy metal as a new medium. It started in France.
Yeah.
Under the different names like metal.
It was screaming metal.
Yeah, and then like the doc was interesting because it showed the adaptations of that series in every country. It had like different styles and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know he was a forefront of it.
Yeah, and he's been involved in a lot of film. Like I think
Fifth Element.
I think there might have been some controversy with that one.
No, everyone keeps saying Fifth Element.
Okay, well, his stuff
showing pictures.
Well, it's definitely like
it's definitely designed like
Blade
his
Runner
futuristic
and,
city, like the
Tron,
scale.
I think he worked on. He did a take on Dune, Alien. I think. I mean, a lot of sci-fi.
Probably saying Metal Hurlant.
That's it.
Yeah, because he kept saying like in the doc. It kept going, and then he started Metal Hurlant, and I'm like, that looks really familiar. And it wasn't until they showed it was translated. I'm like, oh shoot!
Blade Runner, Alien, Tron.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just It's amazing. If you Google them, I mean, just the amount of work. I mean, I don't even know if it'll be possible to find everything he's done. I mean, in English, for sure, no, because not everything's been translated.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm hoping to learn French at some point, to be able to read all my French
Well,
comics.
what's one of the most like pinnacle visuals is like the guy on the bird.
Yeah, that's...
What is that from?
See, the thing is, I'm like, I'm such a fan. I can't pronounce anything. I think it's art. It was like a series of short stories that would show up in heavy metal with just this character flying.
Going from place
and that's
to
just kind
drifter.
of one of the visual just kind of themes, or like just something symbolic that is recognizable as his, where it is just kind of, you know, the adventure to the horizon, just the going out there and... But I mean, it did hit really hard because it's like, you know, and I was trying to figure out why I was even, you know, of course I was upset, but I was like, why am I extra super kind of bummed out? I mean, of course I'm bummed out, but it was something Jared said too, is that it was like, you know, maybe you always thought somehow you might be able to meet him someday and tell him how much his work affected you, and that now I don't have the chance. So it's kind of like, you know, it really strikes home that, like, you know, let people know, like, if you can, that they affect you. So at a con, you know, if you're too shy to go talk to that person, just go say hey, you know,
Yeah,
thanks.
you don't have to have a whole conversation.
And I mean, he knew he was like well loved. I mean, I think there was a quote even where he's like, I am like a unicorn. I'm like, what? But yeah, just an amazing visionary artist. I mean, he's kind of one of these creators that in France they'll have his art up in bars. People who aren't comic fans know Mobius's work.
Dude, France really is the place to be. Like,
I
we
really
keep talking
wanna
about
go to
Toronto,
Europe.
Toronto being a great comic city, but honestly, as a culture, comics are way more appreciated.
Well,
in Europe.
I've heard that like in subways in France there'll be like adverts for comics.
Yeah, we never see that. Like we'll see the adverts for the movie based on the comic.
Well, I feel like comics here, it's getting much better now, but definitely way earlier it was very like geek nerd, and that's fine. But like now it's becoming more with the advent of indie comics. It's something a bit more. I guess people aren't so awkward to get near. Like, oh, I don't like that superhero stuff.
Well, I still say the big push for that is also just the format. Like once comics start to resemble books, it's easier to walk around with a little like graphic novel or trade versus these little terrible. I don't mean like terrible as in horrible. I mean terrible.
Oh,
like terrible comic. It's just like
something with a lot of with interesting art on the
You
cover.
put it in your bag and you get it all crinkled and crap. But like, you know, I go on the subway with like my or like blackjack or whatever. It's just like bloop bloop. It's a book. Like it's easy to read.
I gotta say though, I don't see too many people reading comics,
No?
and I get excited whenever I do, but I haven't seen it in a while in public. I make sure I'm always reading it because I'm waiting for someone to connect.
Well, that was the thing. Like, I remember being on the bus and I see someone like reading Flame of Recca, which was like that one manga that for some reason everyone had.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I should talk to him. I'm like, I never read Flame of Recca.
I know. Well, no, I remember.
That's the one I avoided because it was too mainstream.
It's weird because it's high school, so it's not even. You know, Experimental Lane, the anime
Serial
Lane?
Experiment Lane. Yes.
I remember
Abe.
there weren't a lot of people who were
Abe.
into anime that I knew of. I mean, when I look at it now, there are probably so many closeted anime comic book nerdy people that just didn't want to share it, which was unfortunate because I mean I know we're all out there.
Well, there was no convention to go to at the time. Like,
But,
they're still growing.
Like I remember seeing girls who would have like anime shirt kind of thing. I'd be like, oh, you know that? And like, no, they just like the design. And I was like,
Okay,
let's
cool.
connect.
Goodbye.
I also like episode 50.
That ending was so contrived. They were like, what are you talking about? The ending of this blouse? It's like, no!
No, yeah, my binder book. I digress. But
My problem is I just don't want to bother people when they're reading.
I don't.
He might be really digging his Flame of Recca.
Well, I remember like I was taking a bus and I was trying to read the third Hunger Games book, and this guy decided that I was going to be a social experiment and we're going to have a conversation. I was like, no, this is the one day I really
good part.
Don't want to make a new friend. Yeah.
Ads for it in the subways. Says Mbabbele. Was it? I was at the doctor reading. I was at the doctor reading a manga. I was like, Doctor Reading? Is that like Dr. Sketchy or something?
Doctor Reading.
Because it's like a reading club, reading a manga, and I swear the lady sitting next to me was reading it too.
Oh, nice.
Where you're like...
You just close it a bit.
Close it actually, yeah. Shut it a little more. Like, my story. My own. Yeah, that's always a thing.
Yeah.
Reading in public, people are like... Ew.
People should do more of it.
Well, there's certain books that, like, you get to a certain page and you're like, well... Not reading this in public. That sure fell off her.
I've been no, but even reading books, I'm sitting there and I'm looking over someone's shoulder, and it's like this steamy erotic scene. And I'm just like, what? Like you're looking at their expression.
How do you know? Are you reading it?
No, it's like you glance and then you read like, what word did I just read?
Yeah, it's something that's not in Harry Potter.
See, this is because I'm sketching people, so sometimes a little voyeuristic.
Yeah, you observe.
But yeah.
Activities, what they're into.
Nothing illegal.
What else we got going on here? I read a Harry Potter book on the subway and someone talked to me, but there was someone I used to know.
Oh, well.
That doesn't count. It's probably, what are you reading there, Harry Potter? you gonna go to Potterland, huh? Gonna get your butterbeer, huh? Gonna get the sorting hat, are you, huh?
They're like a bigger fan.
He seems to know more than me, actually.
It's like, yeah, I bet you are. Can I come?
Oh, gonna get your Patronus out? What's your shape gonna be, huh? I always thought mine would be like a Gila monster or something. What's it gonna be for you? Huh? Probably a nerd. What's your Patronus? A nerdy boy comes out.
Yeah.
Like, huh, this is weird. Christella says I had butterbeer.
I did too.
I haven't yet. I haven't had the pleasure.
Mm.
Are we going to Disneyland or Disney World when like Heather graduates? Or
Someday.
Oh.
Yeah, when Heather graduates.
Good. Because I was looking at all the hotel videos for no reason, and I was like, this looks so nice.
Those hotels look wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't even need to go into the park.
Well, they have all the theme hotels where it's like
the bowler hat.
The Finding Nemo father and son room.
Really?
The reason I say that is because the picture is like the kids on the bed like, Disney, and the dad's like, he's laughing, and behind them's a picture of like Nemo dying and Marlin like hugging him. I'm like, this is a weird theme room.
Doesn't die.
What the hell?
But I know what you're talking about.
There's a lot. Actually, they're really hilarious. Go through the Disney Resort photo library, and they're just all the children are usually like staring at something off screen, going ah.
And then, they bring all the mascots
and
in.
The parents are like, like coming out of a door pointing. It's like they're the most awkward photos. And then there's the Little Mermaid room, which is all like the bed is all fishy.
That's so cute.
And like there's like a clamshell mirror and stuff. And
it closes at 10 o'clock. Ah!
Yeah. But then again, definitely I was looking at the Caribbean resort with the pool because it has a big boat in the middle of the water coming out. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do?
I know, me too.
I enjoy myself. And then like
now that we're old enough to appreciate it, because I look back at Disney photos when we were a kid, and it's like
sleeping.
Me smiling and you're passed out in the stroller.
And this is like in a stroller. It's like, oh my god, it's Goofy and Donald in the same place. What are the odds? And I'm like,
and it's like, you know, when you weren't sleeping, you were just screaming at the top.
Yeah, there's a certain age where you don't bring kids to theme parks. Like, here's how it works. It's like up until like 5. Like once they can walk on their own without getting tired because they're just a ball of energy and they just want to keep talking, that's when you bring them to Disney because then they love seeing the princess. They take the photo. Okay, after 12, you don't take them to Disney because they hate everything. You and they hate everything.
Yeah.
And because this is science, teens. I'm sorry if we have any teens in this. Chat room, hate everything for some reason.
I didn't hate everything as a teen.
It's like anything that's catered to you, you're like, no!
Okay, well, I did that.
Or if it's like cool kid stuff, it's like, this is lame. And it's like, you don't even want to go on the scary ride. It's like, it's stupid. I don't like it. Then, after, when you're older and you're like 18, 19, you love all the kid crap again, because the first thing we did was go on the teacups.
That's true.
Because we're like, oh my god, there's no lineup at the teacups.
We had this whole system lined up for how to do the park properly, and it was just like, Fantasyland! There's no kids here yet. And then we were stuck in line for everything else.
Yeah, we were like, we could have got like the advanced pass, like the line skipper for like Indiana Jones or like a legitimate ride, and we're like, oh my god, teacups and there's no one here.
Teacups is dangerous because
can we stay on twice?
What color do I get? I want
the blonde. I want out. This kid gets in, I'm like, no! No! So the whole ride I spent just staring him down, trying to keep an eye on him.
You're trying to turn it so you're always looking.
We're always adjusting the teacup, so we're always pointing him down. He's trying to look away, and we're like, we gotta get around this.
Pointing at this kid.
Ruin my day, child.
Their photo album, you're always somewhere in the background.
It says in the background. While they're on the Space Mountain ride, I'm just always in the front. He took the front seat on the Indiana Jones ride.
A jerk.
Dick.
Hate that kid.
Stupid child. It's a weird thing. Like this is definitely a weird thing where don't know if it's like the whole rebellious youth concept, but it's like sometimes you just hate everything. You're like, ah. Then you grow out of it, you're like, dumb stuff is fun.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you live a lot happier when you enjoy dumb stuff.
Yeah. Because a lot of stuff is dumb stuff.
It's true. We're surrounded by quite a bit of dumb stuff. I don't mind going with my parents against just because of course not, I'm going to pay for it. I want someone to pay for my trip to Disney. And we'll have a fun time. Babali says, one time I got to the Haunted Mansion, there was almost no line. You must have gone during the fireworks. Right. That's what you gotta do. When the fireworks shows are going on, all the families are, oh, we gotta look at the fireworks. I've never seen one before.
Just go up Pirates.
You go to every ride during that time because it's like walk in, you ride Pirates twice, you go on Choo Choo Mountain, whatever the hell. It's great times. Not even daytime. Well, you're just magical. You went on Umbabali Day. Or only you're allowed to go on rides.
I don't know Umbabali Day.
Canada's Wonderland, I remember, I didn't go, but had like Wonder Rad, where like you spend a night at Wonderland.
Did I do that?
I didn't go because as a teen I hated everything.
That. No, and it's true because a lot of people hated everything and they'd sneak behind the fence to go do
smoke.
things. Yeah, smoke,
and
pretty much.
Snog. Snog by the drop zone.
Yeah.
I got a drop zone. Shut up. The weirdest though is when you realize all these theme parks are managed by children, and you're like, "This
That's
boy
the scary thing.
is checking my safety on the upside
I'm
down
gonna be
ride."
flipping sideways.
As a kid, you don't care because everyone taller than you is like mature in your eyes. When you're older, you're like, "This youngin is making sure I'm safe by going funk, funk, funk." Yeah, that's good.
And then just like,
it's a weird. This is when you realize you're old.
When you start being like, everybody else is dumb. Wait, that's teenagers.
Yeah. I was walking behind a man with a bald spot, and I started thinking to myself. It was just right
about
there.
Bald spots?
Yeah, it scared me. Like, I've been one of the fortunate...
You've been pretty lucky.
I've been one of the fortunate people. I've had a full head of hair, like, forever. And I've had, like, people being like, oh, it's in the family.
I do have to say...
You're going down.
Yeah, our mom's side of the family, all the guys have pretty much...
So far, I've been rocking it, though.
But you probably got...
I have so much hair.
Dad side hair. There's probably so much of it that it's...
It makes up for the, like...
People have been telling you since you were, like, 13 to enjoy it, though.
Yeah.
Like, any year it's gonna go.
Honestly, I think that's partly why I always grow out my hair, because every year I keep getting, like, the witch's warning, where it's like, you'll go through the woods and the wolf will get you, you know, but it's like, you're gonna be bald next year, enjoy it. So I'm like, hells yeah, I'll enjoy it, and then it just never goes away.
Yeah.
But damn, that bald spot disturbed me. It was just right there.
It happens.
I know, but I'm just like he was rocking it. Like he didn't mind us staring at his bald spot.
Jeez.
But I just mean like I'd put like a bird's nest or something in there. Like it's just
some people just like to have like, you know, a little peek of what's going on. You're going bald next year.
Maybe all this talk is like he's enjoyed it for too long. We must strike his powers.
The gods are like, he's gotten cocky.
What was my favorite line from Thor? It's like, you are a something child. What do you call him?
A something child.
No, Odin called him. He like struck him down. He's like, you are a cruel and selfish boy.
Yeah.
It's like, and you are a foolish old fart.
That's
something like that.
Me, right?
Oh, that was uncalled for.
Oh, that was just rude.
Henceforth, I take your chest plate and your hammer. Ching, 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 ching. Bonk. Oh! And then he lands in Funny Town. He gets tased and he eats pancakes. I don't remember much from Thor, really.
Me neither. Maybe I fell asleep in that one.
Yeah, maybe. It was alright. I hated the sound that the big robot made when it blasted lasers because it was the most irritating sound ever. Because it was just so frequency pitching. It was like, ah! I don't like it. Kill it. Odin is German now. Let's see. What was with the axe?
I don't know.
If that ever happens, what do you say? I'm getting a wig. Screw the people who think I don't have to be naked head. I was always thinking like I'd shave it if I had to, but I'm wondering, I don't know if I'd look good shaved.
You never know until you try it.
I know. I always, like, my thing is, I'm like, the day I shave, I'm going to take, like, the craziest shower, because it's going to be like, I'm like, oh.
It's going to feel like
it's so weird.
Just, like, super squeaky clean.
Yeah, it's just like, I look like Mr. Clean.
You're going to have to put on sunscreen so you don't burn.
Oh, God, sunscreen on the head? I can't. That's scary. Ugh, I don't like this conversation.
Because then it just, like, comes down to your eyes.
New poll. Bald spots.
Yam.
A. Rockin'. B. Bird's nest.
Like he's both.
C. Shaved. So are you gonna rock it? Are you gonna put a bird's nest in it? You're gonna shave it? Or D. Wigs, hats, yams.
Yes, there we go.
Start poll. Poll closes in 1 minute.
All of the above.
This is so fun. This is like 25th anniversary. I think every 25 episodes we should have a new feature. All right, Bird's Nest got 1. Up, split down 50%. Oh no, split down for B, C, and D. All have 1. No one's rocking the bald spot. 2 for Bird's Nest. We got 1 for shade. 1 for rocking it. We got ups going up for the D.
Oh, someone's got the Bird's Nest.
Time is running out. You guys got 10 seconds to fill out the poll. What's going to happen when you get your bald spot? Then 5, 4, 3. That's probably everyone watching the show.
I know, I think we're done.
And ding. So 25%, no, 12.50%, or one of you said rockin', rock your bald spot.
Awesome.
2 of you at 25% said bird's nest. 1 at 12.50 said shaved, and 4 said wigs, hats, or yams at 50% of the audience for bald spots. There you go. Hide your shame. Yam it.
Jeez.
All right, we should probably read. Chris has been on us for this.
Oh, what time is it?
It's time for story time. I'm not setting up the fire though.
Oh yeah, I don't even know where
It's
that
too
is.
much. Yeah, I don't know. You guys
It's
moved
in the
everything.
crawl space somewhere.
All right, so just to give you guys a little backstory. I wonder if it is who's here. Creepy Porpoise is here. Chris the host is here. Everyone who has to be here is here. So Creepy Porpoise, as you all know, is a majestic creature, and Chris the host writes stories to help explain the majesty. And one such story was submitted to us. What is our Gmail?
Because we're not doing it this
I
week.
probably have it this summer. How this is going to work, I'm going to read the new Legend of Creepy Porpoise. If I
Oh,
knew,
boy.
it's like 4 or 5 weeks old. And Katie's going to sketch along like it's one of those irritating children's shows.
Except, no breaks for editing.
Yeah. And we don't have a crowd of children watching boringly as we're like, and then he drew the moon came up. And
Wait, isn't
like,
that exactly what's happening?
well, I guess, okay, you guys can be the bored children. Welcome to our reality.
Hello, bored children.
Just so you can all know our email, it's silly kingdom
Nope.
comic.
I don't even know our own Gmail.
I'm not telling you the password though. Did I get the password right? Mobile plan, no. I don't want it. I want it. No. Skip. Stupid internet. All right. Katie's got a fresh slice.
Yep.
Apparently we won £1 million.
Quick, send our credit card information.
We're asking what country we're from.
Oh. All they name is name.
Undisclosed recipients.
Name, country, age. That's all.
Ooh. We'll be sure to use that when we buy comics in London. Is there a con going on in London? Do they have cons in London?
Yeah.
Like London Con.
Yes.
It's better than Connecticut. Stupid name. Connecticut.
I think that's kind of catchy, actually.
London Con. London Con. You have to say it like that.
Right. And you need a big beard.
Indeed.
Alright, how are we set up
How are we
here?
doing for time? This is probably like our last segment because we're coming up to 9. We should probably eat this cake too. What's up with that?
Yeah, we should eat this cake.
I have water. Ooh, I
Me
got
too.
water.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Where did we keep all stories? Fan art and stories. Nope. Santa. What? Okay. Okay, we got this. I got this.
Alright, so should we give a preface of what
Last
the heck-
time on the Legend... I don't even think we need... Alright, so basically this is the Legend of Creepy Porpoise. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
We have had previous episodes called Story Time. You'll see there's like a big fire in the foreground whenever we do this.
See, if you're new to the show, we like to give Chris the host homework.
Oh yeah, that's the previous. So Chris the host is this guy who's just a glutton for punishment. He keeps showing up, we keep making him do other things. So after this, he's going to write the complete summary of Kingdom Hearts, which I've been meaning to read. But he's going to
And
read it to
I
me.
have to draw that too.
And whisper sweet nothings.
Alright.
Instead of Sora, put my name instead. So just like Control F
Shagga.
Sora and just swap it.
Okay,
Like replace
how's,
all.
Can.
Because I want to hang out with Goofy too. And Chip and Dale. So, what happened last time, Creepy Porpoise?
I think Creepy Porpoise went to the
There was a mall.
prom.
And there was a prom. And there was a pimple.
and the rainbow whale.
No, that's this one. Okay. Presenting to you the subtle porpoise pimple. This is right? Alright, let's switch to Katie Cam. Did we? Chris, is this the right one? Tell me it's the right one. Prom. Play the game to understand it. What is going on? This is the right story, right, Chris? Pimple? Chris? Subtle?
Did we already read it?
Porpoise
and then we
pimple?
just didn't think we read it?
No? Well, which one is it? Oh my gosh. Making this so hard for me. I'm going back in that folder. Let's see if we have another one. Chris?
Should be the latest one.
I don't think we deleted it.
I'm gonna nap some water while you figure that out.
Where is it? Oh, first job.
Yeah, I thought it was a job one.
Okay. So the last story was the subtle porpoise pimple. Can you get some forks for the cake?
Sure.
Sweet. This episode is Creepy Porpoise's first job. Like all young porpoisei, once you become a teen and hate everything, you've got to get a job so you can pay for your own things. So you can hate the things you buy. So we all know the legend of Creepy Porpoise. That's how it starts. And we'll just wait for Katie. In the meanwhile, I'm just going to look at this cake. Oh my. It's very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Hi.
There you go.
Swing a ding. We'll eat this after we read it. Because I just be rude.
You don't want to stuff your face while you're reading.
Alright. Birth by sleep made everything so needlessly convoluted. I thought 2 did. No. Alright, jumping over to Katie Cam.
Alright, let's see
if we had Cam Twist working, we could crossfade nicely between what?
Yeah.
Logitech.
How we doing? Is that gonna be clear enough? Maybe I'll get a little bit lower.
I can also up the resolution. But
no!
What? Ah!
Wait. We'll figure this
25 episodes, folks.
25
Cheers.
episodes. Pure quality.
Maybe bring the light in a little closer.
Hey,
It's a little dim over on this side.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
There's a gradient of darkness to light. There you go.
Ish.
I'll raise the quality just a little. I don't want to crash Indus's computer. It seems to happen every time I raise the quality. Oh no! Battery's gonna die. Plug it in!
Goodness!
Alright, let's do this.
Ah! Okay, go.
So we all know the legend of the Creepy Porpoise. How she made friends with 2 royals and took them on many adventures on her magic flying rainbow producing unicorn horned whale. That's a lot to draw on the first page.
I'm just gonna draw her.
Can you just have a sign that has like the MFRPUHW that way?
Wait, sorry, what does the sign say?
Don't worry, just make an acronym. It'll work. Where
what
were
is
we?
it?
What? Wait. What about the time when she first met her whale to get rid of her supple porpoise pimple? But did you know that the Creepy Porpoise didn't start off by giving good children candy and giving naughty children to the Slender Man? Oh no, wow. She had a much more different duty before this. The Creepy Porpoise used to be a caretaker of a trove of hoarded objects that some redhead mermaid princess often collected after she finished school.
Yeah.
The story is sounding very similar to a certain Disney movie.
Yeah, with the
Lion
character
King.
that looks like...
So draw the merlion.
Okay. We're drawing Merlion now? Alright, let's go for it.
Redheaded merlion.
See, I was never someone who drew Simba all the time, like some artists.
Simba people who draw Simba all the time?
There are some artists who drew a lot of Lion King.
What are they doing in these photos?
What the heck does Simba look
Anyway.
like?
Why did the princess collect this random junk? Well, she liked to collect a lot of stuff because the objects belonged to the humans who lived on land. The princess would often ramble away to the Creepy Porpoise about how much she wanted legs going to the human world and how much her... Doesn't the Creepy Porpoise have legs? No, she has like high heels.
Oh, she's got heels on her fin.
Yeah, that's as close as it gets. I'm pretty sure the redhead lion maid mer. The lion maid mer?
Yeah, this is the lion maid mer.
Can you have that written on a bib? The lion maid mer?
Yes.
Creepy Porpoise says that lion looks awfully like a bear.
Lions have little bear ears. I can't help it.
And Bobley says thingamabobs in an elephant graveyard.
So we got little forks.
And dead sea elephants. Okay. Where were we? Humans and legs. The creepy porpoise never really paid attention though, because she was just there for her 9 to 5. After all, graduating from school filled the porpoise with often very expensive. Graduating from a school filled with porpoises is often very expensive. It usually costs an arm and a leg to get in of another person, but we'll get into that later, kids.
Oh boy.
Do we have like the school admin, like yay school like pamphlet?
Did you just ask me to design a pamphlet?
Yeah, make me a pamphlet for creepy porpoise school. Like yay, education and legs and arms.
UK. Okay.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
I don't know why.
Yay, education.
Arm, but okay.
Perfect. Okay. Where was? The creepy porpoise had her own dreams, though. She saw herself slowly strangling the princess she served for being an airhead. Oh, and wanting more out of life. Sure, the pay was good, you know, taking care of some random junk the teenager collected, but it still didn't quench her desire for wanting more. More than she ever wanted. The wantingness of her wanting was more than she could handle. The thing she wanted most was to be giving children candy through the world or giving them to Slenderman on her magical whale friend. But with being so poor, she couldn't afford the airfare or the candy for the task. If this were a movie, this would be when the creepy porpoise would break into song of wanting more out of life. That is the I want more moment, isn't it? Like every other Disney princess.
The I want more. Not every princess. Quasimodo has an I want more song.
Yeah, he's a bit of a princess.
I don't see him in the princess pack.
He's in the box set. He's just it's on the bottom left.
They hide him so that you don't know you got him.
He's snuck in between. Oh, your light just died?
Yes. Wait, I clicked a thingy. There we go.
Wasn't that like the rule of Toy Story was no I want more song?
No, I want more. I think there was no villain.
Sid was kind of an antagonist.
He was just a happy child.
Yeah, he was just enjoying his toys. Play nice, they say. Where are we? I should leave markers.
Yeah.
But how would she accomplish this? How would she accomplish her dream? Well, she could rob someone. There was a lot of stuff in the princess's love that the creepy porpoise could steal. Trove, sorry. But again, it was just random junk to those under the sea. Of course, why hadn't she seen it before? Just because the random junk this princess collected was worthless to everyone down here didn't mean it was worthless on land. Is there like eBay in the back of her mind?
Is she a mermaid again?
She's a lion.
Oh,
it's a merlion.
Merlion.
Made merlion.
Well, we'll just bring this back then. Princess mermaid lion.
Wasn't it lion mer?
Lion made mer.
Lion made mer?
Yes.
Gotta make sure there's a lion made mer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we? Damn, I keep looking away. Under the sea, of course, me random junk, because he never take creepy porpoise. So the creepy porpoise had decided she was going to rob the little mermaid who put her into the servitude, because you never make a creepy porpoise your servant. It always ends in pain and tears and sometimes tacos.
Oh, well, I mean, if there's the possibility of tacos,
Thing was,
I'll take that risk.
How the heck could the creepy porpoise survive on land? Sure, she could breathe air since she was a mammal and all, but there was this tiny fact that she stayed out of the water too long, she'd become an oversized fish stick. Not that there was anything wrong with fish sticks, but they tended to get eaten by the creepy porpoise, liked having her, and the creepy porpoise liked having her flesh and organs still attached to her skeleton. So the creepy porpoise began to plan her great heist of the treasure trove of the princess. She needed a way to survive on land, and a way to keep the little mermaid preoccupied. Well, this preoccupied part was easy. Just get something shiny, and the mermaid would be entertained for hours. The surviving on land part, not so much. Did she go to the sea witch? Has to kiss the prince. If only there was some magic being who could make deals with people for something in exchange. Someone would offer a service in exchange for fair trade.
Are you just live
Who would that
tweeting
be?
Little Mermaid? Is that what the story is, Christoph?
Wait a minute. And Bobby says Quasimodo is the best princess. Can we just draw Princess Quasimodo quickly?
I'd like that. Maybe like Christmas one, because like
Christmas Princess Quasimodo?
Let's see. Let's see if we can remember what Quasimodo looks like. So
We're
he's
taking
got
a bit
like
of a segue
the one
to draw Christmas
bulgy
Princess Quasimodo.
He's
I
got,
almost
like-
don't want you guys to see it until it's done.
Okay. Describe Quasimodo. I'm trying to remember.
He has one like heavy eyebrow, or like eye muscle, and he has like a big tooth and a little tooth next to it.
Okay. What's his hair look like?
He has a hunchback.
Oh, shit,
I remember
yeah.
that about him. That stood out. He has like a mini tricycle that he rides around on.
Oh yeah.
I remember that in the movie because like Frollo was always chasing him, going Quasi, and they're running around the bell tower.
And there's that like exciting
that?
chase at the end where he's like trying to push his tricycle off the edge of Notre Dame.
Yeah, and he said, "I also pushed your mother's tricycle off Notre Dame," and he goes, "What?"
Yeah, that guy's a jerk.
Yeah, how dare
Like just give him that extra oomph.
I? Yeah. And then wait, who's the other
But
guy?
you wonder, it's like, has he been waiting? Like anytime Quasimodo does something wrong, he's just like
He's
wants to
pull,
say it, but he's like, no.
He's gonna pull out the mother card so bad.
He's like, wait, no, it's gonna sting a lot more.
He's like, Quasi, do the dishes. No, I killed your mother.
I
He's like, what? I do those dishes.
It doesn't have the same.
What? Yeah, this is pretty much how
Right,
Disney
It's
is.
gotta be in the window.
Is that a window or just his hunch has like a bubble around it?
No, it's like a Notre Dame window.
Yeah. So give me like a. Oh yeah, okay. We need like a gargoyle.
Gargoyle.
This is quite interesting. What's going on in the chat up here? Ruffled 90s hair. He says when he wrote it, I was listening to a lot of Little Mermaid. Like on tape or just the soundtrack?
Or like just playing the movie.
What of that? I heard that as Gargamel. Does he have a song?
What should he be singing?
Who is that girl I see staring straight back at my hump? My hump, my hump, my hump.
Why didn't I think of that one?
My lovely quasi humps. Oh my. Okay, we
This
probably
is
cut
a
that.
hard game though. Like I can't even
Is
remember
it?
what the gargoyles look like.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
so
bring that
here he
in.
is singing in a window. He's got
Does he have a hat on
he's
his
got a
hump?
princess hat and he has a hat on his hump.
So he has two hats.
Yeah. I don't know too many of the Disney princesses who have cone hats though.
Cone
That's
hats?
like a classic princess trope.
Yeah, no,
Visual.
not really.
Yeah. What the heck does that gargoyle look like?
Which one?
It's like I see it in my head, but like I don't
Just draw
know.
George Costanza. Like, Jerry!
Oh jeez, this is hard. This is like that Pictionary game, Draw Free. Have
Draw
you gotten into that at all?
something, or-
It sucks because I've got friends who use it, and I think
How's
they
it work?
have a. Well, it's Pictionary.
Yeah, apparently
Essentially.
Zanga, the guys who run Farmville, finally bought it for like $2 million, $200 million.
Does
Yeah.
he have glasses? Yeah, he's got glasses. Oh God, I can't draw.
Doop-a-da-doo.
So he's gonna have a coffee. But some people, I think, have nice iPads and technology when they draw things. I just have a stupid finger, so everything I draw is blobby and horrible.
We should probably get back to the story. Why are we drawing George Costanza?
Okay, so George Costanza and the Creepy Porpoise.
Alright, so George Costanza is going to be whoever
Having
this
a coffee
magical
with-
person is that the Creepy Porpoise has a contract with. That's how this is going
Can
to
we make the
pan
Creepy
out.
Porpoise Jerry Seinfeld?
No. Let's see. The magical whale had now no surviving on land powers that she knew of, so he was out. The walrus who was in his service didn't seem too magical either. Would the Little Mermaid have that power? Nah, she would have gone to the human world already if she did. Plus, the only thing magical about her was the power to make bad decisions.
Like
As
that
she
line.
sat,
That's pretty funny.
as she sat and pondered her plans of thievery, she soon gasped as she heard two raspy voices approaching from behind.
This isn't eels.
Unagi
Unagi?
rolls?
Unagi saltwater? Okay, let's do
Let's
it.
have unagi rolls. Oh, they're coming down the counter
Okay.
where George is at the diner.
What the heck?
And they say, poor porpoise. Poor sweet porpoise. She has a very serious problem. If only we could... One of the voices spoke, which turned out to be some strange eel. Unagi.
Unagi eel.
Can you help me out or not? Said the creepy porpoise. Waiting for her crab rolls or something, huh? Or sushi pizza. Talking plate of unagi?
Yeah.
Could be unagi don, have a better rice.
I love unagi don.
Oh. So good. We should go get some.
Yeah, we should go get some. I haven't eaten.
When's the sushi place closed? Do you have time?
Speed read.
Alright. The porpoise and the eel and the end. Sushi time!
Thanks for tuning in to the 25th episode.
Okay, let's continue this. Let's see. Creepy porpoise soon cut them off. Blah, blah. The eels looked affronted by this sudden demand, but soon told her of the magical sea
Eels.
which
What do they look like?
which could grant her heart's desire. So the eels soon took her to the sea witch, who looked very overweight. Like, could be George, I guess you want.
Okay.
Transvestite looking woman. So it looks like Frankenfurter, I guess. Boom, boom, ba-bum. How'd you do, I? Dum dum. See you met my dum dum faithful handyman. Okay. It's probably like way before your time, Chris. Chris the youth. Don't get stronger. Okay. I do too. I'm hungry.
I know.
Alright, overweight Tim Curry. The creepy porpoise was repulsed by the witch's size. By her haggard appearance, and the prince sneered at the gift and turned the old woman away. But she warned him that not to... Okay. I know these Disney movies too cold.
Yeah,
Not to be deceived by appearances, because the beauty can be found within.
Remember we used to quote like Lord of the Rings like pretty much all the way through.
Could we?
Yeah, up to a certain point. Up to they left. And you always loved that Bilbo line.
I mean,
With the
nah!
Yeah.
My favorite line from Bilbo. I would so very much like to wear that. Nah!
You bought me that toy.
Oh yeah!
Freaky Bilbo. Do I have it here?
I don't know.
I don't have it here.
There's so many Lord of the Rings action figures. They also had creepy Bilbo.
It was called a Ring Obsessed, whoops,
Yeah.
or Ring something, where it's like that creepy
It was
like
special.
face he makes when he wants it, and it's like this horrible toy, and you used to like have
It
it
was
attacking
special.
other figurines in my room, where you look around and it would just be like.
Okay. So you want to steal the Little Mermaid's things and sell them on land? I think I can help with that. The witch spoke as she floated towards the creepy porpoise. Soon the sea witch handed the creepy porpoise 3 small bubbles with odd shapes in them. What are these? The creepy porpoise asked, pointing to them. They're magical items that'll help you live on land. Wait. They're magical items that'll help you live on land. An elephant weighing 98 pounds. That will constantly shower you, so you'll never dry out. An oxygen mask.
What does Frankenfurter
Even though
look like?
you can already breathe on land. And a booth to sell your wares at. Now for my payment. I wish for your souls. The sea witch grinned maliciously. My souls? Yeah, sure. Creepy porpoise spoke, soon pulling off her shoes and handing them to the witch. Wait. What's no, I mean? The sea witch yelled at creepy porpoise, was already swimming away.
Waka!
Whackity schmackity do. Souls. No gibbies, backsies, said creepy porpoise. So now it was time for her heist of the century, to rob a young girl of her priceless possessions. Was this truly right? Pfft. What did the creepy porpoise care? She wanted all the money. I feel like this turned into the Grinch all of a sudden.
I know, what are you watching
dun,
now?
dun, 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 dun. You're a mean one. Creepy porpoise. Frosted flakes are great.
Alright, what are we doing here?
Why are you reading ahead? I'm reading the story.
Okay.
So distinctly the shipwreck creepy porpoise found. The shipwreck totally did not cause the creepy porpoise's magic. The creepy porpoise began to ransack the Little Mermaid's treasure trove. Having ransacked the place thoroughly, the creepy porpoise swam to shore and found a local seaside market convention nun? Convenient nun, sorry. I see conventions everywhere. I see what I want to see. Going into the marketplace, the creepy porpoise found a place to set up her stolen wares, popping the magical bubbles of the selling booth and the elephant that would constantly water her. They soon appeared in the space. So apparently, you're still drawing Tim Curry.
Yeah, I like Tim Curry.
The creepy porpoise has a booth now and an elephant that pours water on it.
I'm just gonna keep drawing Tim Curry.
Okay. You do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Soon left the right people were buying left and right her stolen things. Oh, the money she made that day. As night approached, she made a hearty sum.
What's a
hearty sum of money, and could now afford her expenses of being the creepy porpoise she dreamed to be. However, she soon began seeing signs of what she had done was wrong. The crowd came by dancing, shrieking, "Jacka, jacka, hi, jacka," as cars came by in 3-point perspective.
Hey.
Flying
I like this. It's becoming like
moonbeams, magic moonbeams. But as they drove on the moonbeams, the moon reacted violently. It shook, and then the moon blew up. So moonbeam cars. I want the moon blowing up, and I want
moonbeam cars.
Queen Serenity to be flying out into space.
Good job, really tiny.
Damn you, Mamoru!
And that's Serenity. Kablamo!
Shablams! Shook the moon and blew up. And the sea began to fall. With that, the sea began to fall into the land. How this worked can only be explained by science and lack thereof. Creepy porpoise knew that this is because she's stealing treasures of the Little Mermaid, and not some sort of sentient higher power who had twisted sense of humor. She knew what she had to do. I have to give it back. I have to give it all back, she shrieked, before vomiting up a plethora of marshmallows.
Ew.
Soon the creepy porpoise was rushing to and fro, returning the money back to the people, while taking back the stolen objects that she had stolen. Upon recovering them all, she dived back into the sea. The sea was continuing to fall into the land.
Wait.
This is such a Kingdom Hearts moment. I want, like, the water to be separate from the beach, and there's, like, nothing in between. It's like... Can I have Kyrie on the other side from Kingdom Hearts getting pelted with marshmallows? Little redhead girl.
Does she have bangs? I don't remember.
She should be going like, Cerebral! Yeah, I was like that.
I'm Kyrie. I like cow poo fruit.
I like every boy!
Crush on every boy! Batang.
Yeah, pretty much.
These are the most squarish marshmallows ever.
Simple and clean. I keep getting lost. Blinded by the light. Wait, no. Moon was restored. Nope. Let's jump ahead. Upon recovering. Nope. Okay, marshmallows. Soon the creepy porpoise was rushing to and fro, returning money back. Upon recovering them, she dived in the sea. The sea was continuing to fall from the sky. Reverse. The moon was restored. The cars soon came out 3-point perspective. Out of 3-point perspective.
3-point perspective.
So they're flat now.
Wait.
And the crowd stopped dancing, chanting their strange words. With order restored, the creepy porpoise let out a sigh of relief. But she couldn't relax for too long because a bright light soon appeared in front of her. Blinded by the light, she could only take a glimpse of what was before her. It was some sort of fairy floating before her. You did the right thing by returning the stolen things, creepy porpoise. But you must be punished for what you have done. The fairy spoke. Who are you? Creepy porpoise asked the bean. I am the punishment fairy, and I shall be giving you your punishment.
What do you think the punishment fairy would have instead of a wand?
Spatula. I don't know.
Just
a hot spatula.
Spatula out punishment?
Yeah, but it's like hot because she just made cookies.
Okay. But she won't give them to you because you're being punished.
What a horrible creature. Descending upon the creepy porpoise, the fairy stabbed the creepy porpoise on the head and soon found herself beginning to change. She no longer had supple porpoise skin or her nice fins, but rather stumpy, wrinkly legs and a very heavy weight on her back. Did she turn into the Quasimodo princess?
Oh, let me find that one.
You shall be known as the creepy tortoise from now on until you have done your duty, giving the good children of the world candy and giving the bad children to the The fairy spoke. That's what I wanted to do all along. Creepy tortoise grinned triumphantly. Ah, the fairy had just granted her wish. But the fairy soon returned the grin, but it seemed to fill with more malice than one would expect.
Where'd the fairy go? More malice.
But not as a tortoise, the fairy pointed out. Her grin twisted as it spread across her face. Her complexion became waxy and gray, and her eyes like slits. Her jaw soon unhinged disturbingly as her head began to turn in 360 rotations. The creepy porpoise soon became horrified at this revelation. She couldn't deliver candy as a porpoise, but she would have to deliver it as a tortoise. No! The creepy porpoise cried in despair. No more supple porpoise skin, just rough, ugly, leathery tortoise skin. But you can return to normal when you make friends. The fairy smiled. All she had to do was make friends. Well, that was easy. She already had one. Well, why aren't I normal then? I have a friend, Creepy Porpoise demanded. That's because you need to make human friends, but because you have to travel and give candy to the people of the world, you will never be able to do that. The fairy smiled sweetly. Wait, what? What? Why would you give me the hope of returning to normal and then take it away? Creepy Porpoise yelled. Because I am a troll! The fairy spoke before she vanished. Soon she was a tortoise now, so that explains why Katie drew Creepy Porpoise as a tortoise. Oh, this is a retcon story. It explains why you didn't know what a porpoise was.
It does.
She knew it would be hard to return to normal, but she would try no matter what. She could still do her dream job, but she would only be satisfied once she was a porpoise again and doing this job she wanted. But she knew with her and her whale friend, it would be one
the whale friend.
shell of a time sunglasses.
Oh, yeah! No, you didn't!
Bum, bum,
Forget the whale gives thumbs up. Hey. And he rides rainbows. Alright, we'll just take this to the print shop and for a second, if you're...
So our next Kickstarter is going to be The Legend of Creepy Porpoise.
Make a movie out of this, starring... People and movies.
Well...
And there you have it.
That pretty much wraps up my lungsicles. Been yelling on this mic way for too long. Let's take some last looks at the chat because we were hitting almost jolly gee few times a minute.
Got any keepers out of this?
I like the Tim Curry is good.
Tim Curry?
Yeah, I'd put that on my wall. Maybe not.
Now that you look at it, don't love this face.
Curry. We can just drop it off at the next performance of Rocky Horror and see if anyone finds it.
I know, I should just post these things around. Just so you guys know, I'm not a... this is all my backs of scripts and things I like to use for extra fun time arts.
Alright, last chats. What we got? People saying see ya, they're all leaving. Fine. I look forward to hearing you read the chapter of Gears. If you're hearing mine. You need to sell that picture. A whip? You've gotten strange since I left, says Brian Avenue. Things have gotten strange since I left, says Brian Avenue.
Yeah, that's what happens when you leave, Brian.
And you made it to the end. There you go.
Good job.
I'm gonna take a bit of this cake because I'm just parched.
I'm gonna... That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
No, it makes it worse.
Very creamy. Speaking of creamy, there's a creamy good book for you. It's called Still the Kingdom.
It is. And
Where
we
is
actually
it?
have a copy somewhere hanging.
Chances are, if you're watching the show, you already own a copy. But if you don't, or if all your friends don't, you can rectify that. You know, in life, people make things like rocks, and they try to make you buy it, and you're like, oh, I got a rock. This is a comic book. You can read it.
It's not a rock.
You read it. If you want it to be like manga, you read it backwards, and it's kind of like a Beatles album. It's a whole different meaning. So great. Silly Kingdom, Malcolm Rickshaw's 211th birthday. The first book in the Silly Kingdom series, book 2, being written.
Yes.
I got a couple drafts going. We gotta flesh out the middle part. But, it's coming along.
Looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Gonna be some silly business. A little, one might say, a silly kingdom.
No. You.
Anyway. Check it out, Silly Kingdom, Malcolm Rickshaw's 211th birthday. You can find it at sillykingdom-comic.blogspot.com. I gotten so good at that.
And we are working on it.
And by that, I mean we haven't done anything yet, but
we are feeling guilty that we're not working on it.
We're getting a new site going soon. Happy 25th, Sadenis. Indeed.
Thank you.
Happy cheers with the giant tiger cup.
Woo, and thank you guys so much for coming by.
You guys are coming by
on Wednesday evenings.
Every week. Wednesdays at around 7:30 Eastern, Toronto, Canada Standard Time. Upcoming events are we're going to be at C2E2 next month.
in a couple
Chicago.
weeks.
If you know where the best deep dish pizza is in town, throw it our way.
We have not had one yet. And
We've never had one.
They sound legendary.
It's not real. I was disappointed with New York food. So
yeah,
Chicago, you're next.
I didn't have good luck in New York.
No, I had bad. Like, I went to Olive Garden though, so that wasn't bad. It's all right. No, it was bad. I ordered like ravioli, and they gave me like 5 raviolis and charged me like $12.
Oh, goodness.
I'm like, I should have got Chef Boyardee. Nah. Anyway. We're going to be there with the books. After that, we got TCAF coming up in May. It's going to be a ball and a half, 3/4, and a fifth. You want to be there. We got people coming from all over the world. It's going to be party times. We're going to do a crazy live show for that too, probably. It might not be on a Wednesday. I'll keep you posted on that. And then after that, Vancouver at VanCaf. Check it. Yeah. It's going to be times. I'm good. Let's get food.
Yeah, we need some food. All right, well, thanks so much, guys.
Thank you for 25 episodes. If you have any suggestions for improvements,
yeah,
no one's told us nothing yet.
Yeah. We're here to just kind of
25 and going strong.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I actually want us to like focus on Katie drawing something for once. Maybe we can do that.
Well, I mean, I'll just... This doesn't seem to be the venue for learning. Really.
There's so many educational
when you first pitched this idea, I was like, oh, there'll be so much learning for... Yeah, I don't know. It's more just fun time hangouts.
Yeah, no, it's good. We'll catch up. Speaking of catch up, we'll catch up on your fries. See you guys later.
Ciao.
Later.